So I says, yo, haha, it's all in the words.
Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? Um, I have been wanting to play a game that really taps into real life. Um, I'm gonna give you a little backstory. I remember playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The character is Brown, based on, you know, basically LA, you know what I'm saying? The city of LA, a family in the city of LA, dealing with gangs. All right. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool game, you know. First first game dealing with a brown main character. I'm not gonna say the first, but basically the first. And so that really struck my interest. I played it. Um but it was something there was something missing. It was like it was too much stereotype and not enough consequences. And so I was like, I want to play a game that is well balanced, that can teach a lesson for everyone that's playing and can be enjoyed as just a game for entertainment. You know, um, I came across the game of Second Life. Um, Second Life is a platform for people to go and do the things that they can't do in real life. They'll go to Second Life and do it there. There's a controversy within the Second Life community. There's folks that says Second Life is not a game. It's not a game to them. It's more freedom of life, and they take it personal. There's a lot of people that start families because you can go through the pregnancy process from sex to delivery, to the baby's delivery. Um, there's people that have real life family. They go to Second Life, and they have a Second Life family. They just continue it. So it's kind of like if you're in two different states, two different countries, you can still look at each other through, with the 3D avatar and connect with each other. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was like, well, Second Life is a pretty good game, but the platform is still flat compared to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. San Andreas, you can travel across the map, and you remember with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, they were the first game to allow you to travel across the map without having a cutscene. One of the first games. And so I was like, man, I still need a game to where you can have folks of my color, of my culture, doing good, doing bad, but having a free choice within the game to do what you want to do. But there's also consequences. So I was like, I need a game that's going to balance between Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Second Life. Well, recently there was a game called Hobo. Um, I think it's called A Hard Life, and it is based on a driven story. It has an end game. You start at one point and you gotta end at one point to finish the game all the way through. But the things in between, the things that you gotta do to survive, are very realistic. Let's say you want some money. Well, you go and you check all the telephones for change, vending machines, check all that stuff for change. and you accumulate money throughout the day. If you wanted some money, you go and you help out a nun by walking her dog every day. Um, you go and you can beg to the people that are walking around you. Now, not everybody will want to talk to you, and you have to increase your charisma in order to increase the potential of getting something when you're begging. There's also different ways, like scrap iron, selling scrap iron. You got to steal it, then sell it. So that game was pretty cool. Now I'm like, okay, I want there to be a game that combines San Andreas, which is dealing with my culture and my color. Also, Second Life, which deals with not okay. Another thing about Second Life is, unlike a lot of games, with Second Life, if you want to go to bed, you click on the bed and you animate your avatar, meaning you lay down. Some beds have it to where you can pull up a cover, pull up a blanket. Other than that, the animation is one of several animations of sleeping poses. Um, and there's other poses that come along with it, couple poses, so that there's two couples holding each other or laying side by side, things like that. If you want to drive a vehicle on Second Life, you can do that. If you want to go swimming on Second Life, you can do that. If you want to go fly, planes, helicopters, you can do that. Air balloons, you can do that. And with the 3D world, the 3D platform, it really gives you a nice feel that you're actually in an air balloon, especially if you go into first person and you're looking around. Like I say, everything is three-dimensional, so when you're looking around, you're looking around. If your computer's strong enough, you'll be able to, see the land and the terrain and all that kind of good stuff. So interacting with objects is stupendous when it comes down to Second Life. Unlike all these other games, I've seen people on Grand Theft Auto 5, what is it, 5M, which is a platform for people to do roleplay. And they can do so much. They can only do so much. But you can't interact with, you know, your house the same as you could on Second Life. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go in there and cook a meal. You can't go in there and clean it up using, like a feather duster. But you can do that on Second Life. Your avatar, your character on Grand Theft Auto can't be animated like you can do it on Second Life. So, and you take a game like Hobo and the real life activities of starting from scratch. It's like I'm doing a role play right now online with Grand Theft Auto 5 to where it's like, okay, I'm new to the city and I want to make money, but I don't want to steal cars. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go around killing people and things like that. I want to hustle, I want to grind, but it's like if I had a good enough computer, I'd be able to go to 5M and upload the mods for living a life, and they have different jobs on those mods to where you go deliver papers and deliver pizza. You can print out T-shirts, things like that. So it's like, man, the fourth game that I really really enjoy and would love to combine and with all those three games there is 7 Days to Die without the zombies. The crafting and survival on 7 Days to Die is so, so important. Okay, there's an important part of the game to where you go around, you loot, scavenge. So picture yourself in a neighborhood like, let's say after a storm came through and you were left homeless and you lived, I mean, you were in an area that was evacuated. How would you survive? You would go house to house and you go loot and scavenge, looking for clothes, looking for food, looking for, electronics, different things that you can take apart in order to recreate something. And I love that about the game. I'm not a big fan of the zombie killing, but you have to kill zombies to pick up experience points faster. But anyway, so when you take that part of the game, the part where you have to loot, scavenge, you know, um, you go into a level of life that deals with engineering, dealing with something technical, learning how to learning how to craft things out of nothing, or learning how to break things apart to create something that will help you sustain in life. Um, teaching the game also has a farming aspect to where you take clay, wood, and some other objects, and you combine those together to make farming plots in order to plant seeds there. So it's kind of like you take those levels of the game and the education that you gain from that, and you apply it to all the rest of the games that I'm talking about. You know, it really helps a person learn how to sustain in life if things was to go critically wrong in our nation. I am the type of person that if I could live off the grid, I would. I would only, deal with, people and electronics and internet only by choice. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 there is a lot of entertainment that comes from dealing with the internet and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't cut myself completely off. But when it comes down to it, it's kind of like it's not fair that we have to pay for water. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to having electricity in your house, well, if you had engineering in your back pocket, maybe you could create a windmill to rotate a generator and create your own electricity, and then find some kind of way to store your electricity, maybe in car batteries or something like that, or water, running water, hydroelectricity. You know what I mean? So if you can combine all these things in your own practical life, then why would you need to pay for it? When it comes down to feeding yourself, when you learn how to hunt, clean, store, and cook your own beef products, your own meat products, or irrigate the land, farm the land, and plant your own fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? You're living off the land like that. So, why would you need to go to a grocery store? If you knew how to sew and things like that, then, it's kind of like you loot, scavenge, finding cloth to create your own clothes. Or when you're hunting, you take the skins of the animals and you create your own clothes like that. Um, there is a good fashion dealing with clothes that look rustic. You know what I'm saying? Patches of fur here and there, patches of animal skin here and there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a patch of leather. You know, like having a pair of pants with deer skin on it. You know what I mean? Leather pants with deer skin of different colors, different things like that. So my mind is really on the aspect of Why are we having to pay for so much stuff in life when it should be free? Healthcare. Come on, man, it sucks. Why do we gotta pay for healthcare? You know what I mean? If I had a friend that was a doctor that could give me the best advice on treating something that was wrong with me, I'd rather get that information and go get the antibiotics that I needed than to pay for someone to do the same thing. That sucks. So anyway, as I'm looking, at this, um, it's called Africa is Watching. It's a YouTube channel, and on the video that I'm watching, they're letting us know that in Ghana there's a guy that is making his own watches, and they give a brief history on how he became successful in that field. And then if you look at this picture on the screen, you see a brown-skinned character with, trees and bushes in the background. Well, some Africans have created a game. Some Kenyans created a game, you know, dealing with their own culture and ethnicity. And that's what got me on, this whole video topic right now. Because whenever I play a game, I'm playing for the entertainment, but it doesn't keep me stimulated because I want to do so much more than killing, stealing, doing things that are unethical. I want to play something that stimulates my brain and that deals with sustaining, learning how to be my own person. You know what I'm saying? Starting my own business. Things like that. Being an independent person, period. Starting from scratch. And as far as it being a teaching tool, it's kind of like you have consequences where if you don't handle your business right, you won't get marketing, or you'll have people that will be cutthroat, you know what I'm saying, and try to swindle you and things like that. Um, Consequences, that goes to the whole real life aspect that life is not fair. You never know when someone's gonna fuck you over. You never know when something in life, in nature, dealing like what if a storm came through and wiped out your store and you just opened it like 2 weeks prior. And so your total investment is gone and you gotta start from scratch. So, I would love to play a game where you gotta start from scratch. Either as a teenager, as a child. There's a lot of kids out here that, are creating their own businesses. You know what I'm saying? Their parents are backing them and things like that. And helping them, sign the paperwork and things, legal paperwork and all that kind of good stuff. But kids are having their own ideas of how to, create something and market it and put it out there nationwide and make money. And there's also teenagers and young adults doing the same thing. So, it's kind of like, I want to play a game that deals with that. You know what I mean? I don't know how many other people would love to play that game, but when you just, I don't know, man. I would love to be able to play a game like that myself. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, and if you, if I don't know, if you're watching this video all the way through, I would hope that you would have some ideas, you know, um, on how a game like this would be so interactive with other people and other cultures, and how to make our nation better, and how we can sustain as a people if we get more education. It's like, why go to school to get education on something that makes common sense majority of the time? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, why go to school to learn big fancy words when you break those words down, they mean the same thing as common sense words. You know what I'm saying? I hate that when I watch the news and they're using all these big ass words. But when you look it up, it's like something that makes fucking common sense. You know, it's a simple ass word. Makes me sick. I don't like that. But anyway, yeah, if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the dumbest person. I've done some research on things, but there's a whole lot of things that I need to do research on. One thing I need you to do is question everything that I'm saying. Do some research on your own. Form your own opinions about it. And please, most definitely share it with me. You know, share your opinions with me. Share your opinions with other people. The reason why I want you to share, the reason why I want you to share your opinions is because you never know when someone else is thinking the same thing that you're thinking, except they don't have anyone to talk to. It sucks to be in a crowded room, but you're the only person that's thinking on the wavelength that you're thinking on. Everybody else is looking at you like you're the weirdo. But yet what you're thinking about is very important to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I want you to have a good day, a good night, and a good morning. Peace.
Give them prayer hands, say what's up America. Half of you should know me, right? Other half a replica. Shout out to my